Thomas,
Oh,
can you hear me?
now I can hear you.
Oh,
That
you
whole
can
time I
hear
was
me. Okay.
I was
I'm gonna say everything again. So
I'm
can
so
you?
sorry.
No, no, it's okay. It's okay. Um, Let me know where you are and who you are.
Okay, okay. I am Thomas Bernard Howard. I am in New York, um, in the USA, and yeah, I'm so sorry that I couldn't hear all that just now.
Okay, I was talking about that. I was really curious about the kind of music you are doing, because this is all about dream pop, and you
Yes.
are the first artist that's bringing dream pop for super pop TV. Because the
Oh,
others was pop, rap, and rock, and indie rock, soft rock, but never dream pop. So I'm curious about how to make a good dream pop like Thomas is doing.
awesome. First of all, it's cool that like I'm bringing that to the studio and to Super Pop. Um, I I fell in love with the genre. I have inspirations like Sufjan Stevens. He worked on part of the soundtrack of Call Me by Your Name, Cigarettes After Sex. I love Sid Matters, or Jonathan Morale and his band is called Sid Matters. Things like that. I fell in love with the genre, and before I was doing sort of dream pop, shoegaze, sort of alternative vibe, I was actually more strident in my singing. I liked singers like Christina Aguilera, actually, which might be like completely like way, way in the other direction. And then I sort of mellowed down a bit, and now the focus is the poetry, minimalist production, and just I think the value of melody and the value of the music, and that's what I think matters most in dream pop, the value of the atmosphere.
Great, that's amazing. And when you talk about dream pop, you are talking about electronic music, right? A lot
Yeah,
of effects.
yeah. There's definitely a good amount of effects in there, although it's hard for me to say where it lives exactly. It could be sort of it's definitely alternative. It could be shoegaze, and that some people have said my voice blends with the background and blends with the guitar. It could be dream pop in that it's slow and vibey and ambient. Um, but at the same time, it's not too rich on the effects. Like you'll hear that my voice is pretty, it's not very heavily edited. There's some reverb, but there isn't like a bunch of like auto tune and stuff on my voice. It's very raw. So it's dream poppy in that there's definitely some like virtual instruments and some like synth and some stuff to create this like ambient. But my voice is very, I guess, like raw, especially in Rose, my debut single. It's very raw in Rose. There's even some like pitchy moments, I would say, in Rose. But I'd say that makes Rose more beautiful because Rose is about vulnerability and it's about being raw and yeah, just naked.
Okay, and is there any artist you just find like inspiration?
Yeah, like I mentioned, I love Sufjan Stevens. I love his work. Cigarettes After Sex, Sid Matters. I love them. I definitely take some inspiration from them sonically, but I would say out of respect for them, my work is definitely not like a substitute for theirs. It's definitely not an alternative to theirs because I just think they're amazing in their own craft. But also I think that we all tell our stories in our own way. So
I have to say something different because I like your music and I
oh, thank
just
you,
found out that's really good to just put a good earphone and relax. So you are doing great music too with your own signature, and that's amazing.
thank
Do
you
you,
so
do you
much,
agree
thank you
with
so much.
this?
What did you say?
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like to my credit, it's like we all have our own way to tell our own stories, like you've said, with our own signature. So yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah. I have to remember to like not completely write myself off there.
Sometimes I'm here to remind you about your value.
Excellent, excellent.
That's my job here, because when I don't like, I just say, man, I don't like it, and I just give some tips because I'm a music producer too. But when I like it, I tell the truth, man, I
That's
like
great.
your music. And I hope I don't have magic mushrooms and your music together in the same equation, because it's gonna I will stay there forever.
I know what you mean. That's something my friend would say, actually.
Oh my, the effect is gonna be amazing. I can't have it. I'm gonna get
That's so cool. Oh my god, what
addicted.
an
Is
honor.
it? You try it. You try it.
That'd be so so cool.
Oh my god. Right. So what about how old are you?
I'm 27. I turned 27
He's
this
just
May.
guys, he's just a little boy.
Oh my
27.
god. I feel so old. I was just thinking, I was just making my coffee this morning and I was like, I don't want to turn 30.
Old for what?
I don't want to turn 30.
I'm elderly then because I'm 40.
Yeah, and it's like every time we gain a decade, like to me, like there are kids who are like 20 years old and they're like, "Oh, I'm so old." I'm like, "What?" And then you are like, I say I don't want to turn 30 and you're like, "What?" It's like,
I can tell you, man, the life starts at 40. So don't worry. And this is an effect of social networks because we
yeah,
saw a lot of people, they are very young, and there is a lot of people that's very successful, etc., doing great things. And sometimes we think we are late in something.
yeah.
But the truth is, there is no right time or right age to start anything. I had interviews with a guy, he's 64
Wow.
and is releasing his songs. Was his dream, and he's releasing his songs, and this is amazing, you know. I just loved his work. So there is no right time for anything. And also I have to say something, I work with young people, they are killing themselves because they don't have likes or followers, for real, killing themselves, for real. I like to say that just as an alert, we don't have to associate level of talent with number of followers or number of likes. Okay, forget about it, because this is a big illusion. I know a lot of big artists using fake followers, fake likes, just to make numbers. So guys, keep doing great music. You are going to find your audience. You know, people will feel attracted for what you are doing, and forget about numbers. Don't worry about
Absolutely.
it, because this is
Absolutely.
killing talent, genuine talents like yours, for example. I have to say just one more thing that's really important here. So we are talking about the artist Thomas Bernard Howard, who is releasing the single Flame. So for those that want to explore his portfolio, go to Spotify, Thomas Bernard Howard, YouTube, same name, Thomas Bernard Howard, Facebook, same name, Thomas Bernard Howard. But Twitter, this is different, Thomas B. Howard. And Instagram, Thomas Bernard Howard.
And TikTok too, Thomas Bernard Howard. Same thing.
Great. That's a lot of social networks. I had no space for TikTok here.
It's okay.
But guys, if you want to check TikTok as well, just go to Thomas Bernard Howard. Great. So, what about family? Are you being supported by family when you just decide to, oh, I'm gonna be releasing some
Oh yeah.
songs, building my career by myself, because you are independent artist, right?
Yes. Um, Very supportive family. I'm privileged to have the moral support and the love that I have from my family. They would support anything that I did, anything that my heart was telling me to do. So I'm very, you know, thankful to have that. I know some people do not, like my friend um, Sophie, who I will probably talk about more a little bit later in this interview. Um, her mom doesn't support her music as much as she could have, and that makes me very sad because my mom is my absolute biggest fan. So it makes me aware of how privileged I am to have parents and family who support my art. Um, Actually, before I started writing the album, I was in real estate and I was like pounding the pavement in New York City, like absolutely busting my butt um, every single day, sometimes 6 days a week, like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And I think it was the distance from the art that sort of caused me to catapult back and dive deeper into the art than I've ever been before. And my family has been very, very supportive of it, thankfully.
Oh, mom, just love you, mom. That was her
Yes.
name.
What do you say?
Her name. What's her name?
Oh, my mom?
Yeah?
Jessica.
Jessica, we just love you for all the support you are giving to Thomas. He deserves it. And
Oh man.
thank you as well. We have amazing music that he's just creating and contributing to this music genre that's something new for a lot of people, dream pop. And that's amazing when we have family supporting us.
Yeah.
I'm a father too, so my son is just 12 years old, and
Aw.
I will just remember what you are telling me now. You are 27. When he's 27, I'm gonna remember that. I need to support him.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Following Jessica's example.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna be so stoked. She's gonna love this. She's gonna be when she
Great.
watches this, she's gonna be so happy.
Big hugs from the UK, Miss Jessica.
Aw.
Right. So, what about the production of your music? Are you doing that by yourself, or do you have a team doing that with you? Friends, studio,
I
home studio?
I have a home studio.
Great.
Actually,
I love it.
we're looking at it right here. Um, I have a trusty laptop. I have a Rode mic. I have a Scarlett interface. I have I forgot the kind of electric that I have, but I got it a year ago. And I have Pro Tools, and that's pretty much my studio. Um, as far as the production goes, just me.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's good. You are doing all by yourself.
yeah. I mean,
Great, man.
it's pretty minimalist like production. It's not like the craziest like complex stuff, but like I will say like production is a learning curve. It's a learning curve. And at first, actually, it was my friend Internet Sophie. I said I was going to probably talk about her later, but she's coming up now because she actually got me into production. So like we can send a big thanks out to my mom, but we could also send a big thanks out to Internet Sophie is her artist name, because she was like, Tom, just start producing your own stuff, and I was like, huh? And she's like, yeah, just do it. And so I started. And here we are.
Sophie, big hugs for you too. Thanks for motivating Thomas to keep going and starting his music career because he has talent. Thank you very much for that.
Heart to
Yeah.
Sophie.
So, producing by yourself, doing all the marketing campaign about your music, because music, again, guys, watching, music is not only producing music and putting on Spotify and streaming services. There is a huge structure behind it that comes with press release, distribution of your music, marketing campaigns, also digital advertisement. There is a lot of things to do, and also we spend some money and investing by yourself. So everything you are doing, Thomas, is also actually incredible, because
Thanks.
you are just one person doing all those things. That's amazing, amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And about the way you are developing your career, are you performing live, or you are focusing on the digital music right now, like streaming services?
Right. I'm not performing live just yet. I think what I would like to do is I'd like to release the album. Um, I'm on Flame, the release that drops on the 25th of June, which will be a couple days from now on Sunday. Um, that's the second of, I want to say, a handful of songs that I'm going to be releasing. And I totally just blanked. What was your question?
About the live performances, because you
Right. Thank
said
you.
you prefer to release the album first.
Right. Thank you. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, I would
I
like to
told you,
release the
don't
album
use
first.
magic mushrooms too much.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's just a little early. I've been very nocturnal because of I work on the album at night, and so I during the day I'm a little groggy. Um, but no, it's all good. I would like to figure out the live performance after the album is released. I think it would be a little bit tricky right now to try and work in live performances as well, because there's stuff to figure. That's like another beast. You have to design your soundboard for your guitar. You have to have a dedicated backing track that isn't necessarily the song itself. You have to figure out your venues. You have to it it's a lot. So I think I would like to tackle that after the release of the album.
Great. That's a good choice. You are in the right path. And then you can do step by step and do it great. Because then, if you just try to do everything at the same time,
Yeah.
you could just dedicate yourself a little bit less on one of those
Yeah,
phase of your career development. Wouldn't
that's
be
right.
good. So, this is good what you are doing. You are very organized, I can see.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
So, what about your formation? Because you said you were working in real estate, and what about your formation, or like university or something some course you did before that wasn't related to music?
Uh, you mean like my like education?
Yes.
Um. Okay. Uh. So I guess I'll start from like when I was a little younger. I used to be in visual art, actually.
Oh, I can see from where dream pop is coming. There is a lot of
Yeah.
creativity.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a visual focus earlier, a little earlier in life, like when I was 15, 16, 17, I was exhibiting my drawings. I had a specialty in architectural rendering and I want to say miniature graphite, like miniature portraits and miniature realism and stuff. And then I did that for a while. And then I found piano, and I really loved piano for a long time. And I dove pretty deep on piano. And then I'm just trying to go chronologically here. And then let's see, singing happened. I fell in love with singing, and then I became primarily like a singer. And then this is gonna sound so silly. Then I went into acting and modeling. It's just
Oh
like
my
all.
gosh, this guy, what the, really? Oh my
I did
god,
like
he was
so,
full of talents.
I
Not
tried so many
silly.
things, bruh. I don't know why I tried so many things,
It's
but
not silly. I just love you.
in the end, I came back to the music, and I think what Rose is as an album, and what this is, and what I am as an artist is like the visual and the singing, and maybe even like the composition experience from piano coming together. So
Wow.
it's like I've done a lot as far as like trying to find myself creatively, and I think now I'm the closest I have ever been to actually like finding like what my purpose is.
What about the lyrics? They are all yours. Pure
Yeah,
poetry.
yeah. So
Man, I'm
I
I'm I'm
the
impressed
writing too,
positively.
the writing too. I forgot to mention that, but the writing too. I worked on a book for a couple years, and I don't want to say that I've given up on the book, but I had to, it kind of hit the back burner a little bit over the years.
This guy is a true artist. Everything related to it, to art, uh, he did a little bit. What about
Yeah.
painting?
I have done. Oh, I would love to show you actually some of my paint. I Speaking of Call Me by Your Name, I did two paintings from that movie. One a drawing actually, and one a painting. And it's a series I made called Those of Discretion, because in the movie Call Me by Your Name, uh, Elio uh, mentions Oliver asks Elio why Elio doesn't wear his Star of David because they're Jews. And Elio says in response, because we are Jews of discretion. So I painted two moments depicting their relationship, and I kind of in the title, Those of Discretion, I kind of in creating the double entendre of their Judaism, the fact that they need to keep their Judaism hidden, sadly, and the fact that they were also a gay and in the closet. So I kind of used Those of Discretion as a symbol. It's actually one of the two of the paintings that I'm like most proud of in my entire portfolio.
Right, great. Man, what about dancing? Because I'm just trying to figure out. You are dancing too.
No.
No, he's gonna start next week. He's gonna start
Oh
Thomas dancing
no.
classes.
Oh, I need dancing is like I'm gonna need to take a ballet class or something. I can't do that myself.
Oh God, you just did a lot, and that's impressive. I would
Thank
like
you.
to explore your portfolio on Spotify. Let's do it.
Oh yes. So we
Great.
have a lovely blank page. We have, a nice banner, but there's pretty much no bio or anything yet. Um, I didn't
You
want to put
you
a
just
bio.
started releasing this year, right?
What'd you say?
You started releasing music this year. This is the first
Yes,
one, Rose.
correct.
Great.
Friday, the 26th of May was my debut single.
I'm gonna follow this guy because I want to see what he's going to bring next month, next year,
Thank
and keep
you.
going.
Thank
Guys,
you.
if you want to support Thomas and the work he's doing, just follow him. Not only like and comment, etc., but give him a follow. That's the most important for the artist, because when he releases new music, you get a notification. So Spotify, Thomas Bernard Howard; YouTube, the same name, Thomas Bernard Howard; Facebook, Thomas Bernard Howard; Twitter is different, Thomas B. Howard; and Instagram, Thomas Bernard Howard. Also TikTok, that's not there,
Yes.
but it's Thomas Bernard Howard too. Let's listen to Rose because I'm very curious right now.
Mm. It's a bit of a long intro. The lyrics are finally there.
Here I am in this place. Here you are with no face in the grass, like we're friends, but we won't meet again. It's all around us so green, rustling as I speak. Everything comes all together. Never felt this way ever. All I want is to ride and follow and you in my hands. Just please don't leave again. And I wait where we were. Maybe then you'd return. Seasons change, one time. Oh, we had just begun. How could I ever be free if nowhere we want to be? How can I find any treasure? Those beyond any measure. All I want is to have you follow and you in my hands. Just please don't leave again. Let's find you. Please come and guide me. Where you are, should be fine. Just please don't leave again.
Yeah, that's Rose.
Wow, I'm
Yeah.
feeling the emotion because this is evoking some emotions here. It's
Thank you. Thank
a
you.
little bit melancholic and romantic at the same time,
That's
I
right.
can say. And I was relaxing but almost crying at the same time.
Hi. Yay.
That's what you try to do.
Yes.
So
It's like bittersweet.
you passed the correct message then. I just
Excellent.
uh, could understand that. And what I was seeing is how good it is for cinema production, films, film industry,
Oh wow.
or soundtrack.
Wow. Okay. Thank you.
Because this is, there is some suspense there, and
Yes.
I have a question about the production. Are you using some vocoder effects?
I'm not using a vocoder. I'm using, so it sounds like sort of hollowed and doubled, I guess. So the reason that is because okay, there are two reasons. Number one, in Pro Tools, I didn't like I said, the learning curve was a bit steep, so it took a second or took a little bit for me to get used to it. And so I had a reverb effect, and I wasn't familiar with the other reverb effects. So I produced the whole song around the vocals, which had a certain reverb effect. And uh, when I realized that I could have used a different reverb effect, it was kind of too late because I mixed the whole song with that sound in mind. So it sounds kind of hollow, and also I EQ'd it. You would if you honestly, you're a producer, so you can like appreciate this. Like so, like in the EQ, there are some like knobs that I've turned all the way to the right. You'd probably be
Mm.
like horrified actually, because I've completely gutted my vocals. I've taken out a lot of sound from my voice, and
This
that
is this
why
is Thomas. This is art. There is no right or wrong. This is art. So
true.
I'm just enjoying to learn how you created that. Because if I try to create it, to create dream pop right now, I'm not gonna do it because I don't know. I will start learning, and that
That's true.
learning process is my art. There is no right or wrong. That's
Right.
the way I will express myself in my production. So I understand everything you did, the different equalization, and that's what makes your art your signature. So that's good. I like it. You are
Awesome.
exploring a lot of things. Sometimes things that's not normal for pop music or rock music, etc.
Right. Oh, something else that I wanted to make note of. The distorted guitar. At
Like
first,
shoegaze style.
yeah. And at first I wanted to go with like a clean electric guitar. And I was going and I wanted to go with that clean tone. But what happened was I heard the dirty guitar and the distortion, and it was sort of like juxtaposed to the synth and the smoothness of the mix, and I just fell in love because I felt like the nothing was telling the story of like a broken heart better than like the dirty guitar just lingering on those two notes, na 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 na. I just fell in love with that in with distortion, and so I kept the dirty guitar.
I prefer that one, to be honest,
Yeah,
because it's all the whole set that brings that sensation of being in a empty space
yeah,
and relaxing effect. Also, when you hear the echo,
yeah.
it's like, wow, I'm in a cave. And if you close your eyes and put the best headphones and just lay down and relax, oh my God, I will need to have it for real. Drink some wine and forget about the life and the problems.
Yeah,
Just with
damn.
Thomas Bernard Howard music. It's like healing process.
I love that. I love healing. We're here. We are here for the healing. I love that.
Are you a healer?
I maybe inadvertently, like I, I don't know.
You
Maybe
are, because music can bring that effect,
that's
and
true.
what you are doing is something positive. That's good. I like it. What about social networks? You are feeding your social networks with what right now? Like beats of your music, lyrics, pictures, videos.
So that's a good question. Like you said before, the marketing is like a whole different side of this, right? And what I've decided to do is actually, well, the whole album of Rose is very narrative and like story driven. So I've just made social media part of the storytelling. And so what I'm doing is I'm creating promotional content, basically little lyric videos where I'm giving people a taste of the music. Typically, I'll post three of those before release, and then I'll post three of those, three new ones after release. And these videos use imagery and different effects to sort of convey the theme of each song. So for Rose, like you'll see on my YouTube and all the others, uh, I've sort of illustrated this lush, romantic, dreamy, but this yeah, it's gonna be the earlier ones because you see the first three are flame, so we're not there yet. But the earlier ones, yeah, like with the plants and stuff, I think it's not loading all of the shorts. I don't know why it does that, but you'll sort of see the theme that I was going for in Rose with like the plants and the trees and the stuff. So I'm sort of using the videos on the social media to tell the story of each song, like just to give a visual reference to people, you know. And that's pretty much what I'm putting on the artist pages for the music.
Great. And what about the other social networks? Because we are going to explore these videos. And what about the other social networks like TikTok? Are they short videos about you or the same content you have here?
It's about the same content. I'm actually so proud of my TikTok page. It's so pretty. It's like the prettiest out of all of them. Like I like YouTube and Instagram and oh, Instagram looks really good too. You know why? Because it has the three. If you look at YouTube, it's not really organizing the videos the way I would want. But on Instagram and TikTok, you have the three, the rows, three by three, and that's how I sort of curate my pages. I go to rather I I post on social media with the three in mind, and so on TikTok and Instagram it looks really good.
Okay,
Uh
so you are saying that there is a strategy here.
yeah. There's definitely there do be strategy for
Are you
sure.
talking about this?
Yes. I love I
Follow this guy.
thank
Follow
you.
because he deserves it.
Me and my 10, 11 followers now that you have followed me. Oh
There
my
is a
god.
start for everything.
Thank you.
Remember, don't you don't have to worry about numbers, just about the good quality of content, music and videos, etc. So here you have all organized in the correct position.
Yes. And
Who is
so
this
that's
naked guy here? Is it
that.
you?
No, it's not me. It's I we definitely like we could talk about Rose and like so each song, I guess now is the time. Each song on the album has a couple different like purposes. So for Rose, Rose is a love story and it's bittersweet and it takes inspiration from Call Me by Your Name in that um you know, love can leave you feeling broken, but the central theme of Call Me by Your Name was that love is worth it either way, even if it leaves you feeling broken. And that we shouldn't hollow ourselves out just to avoid feeling the pain that could follow love. And we shouldn't miss the cool parts of life just because we're afraid of feeling the pain that comes with the cool parts of life. So Rose is a love story. And Rose also serves as, from the standpoint of the album as a whole, it serves as like a nice, soft, round, I don't know, like a bed of flowers for the rest of the songs to be born in. Um, and Rose, since you've asked about this guy, I should also say that Rose is like the rest of the songs on the album. It is figurative, it's abstract, but it's actually inspired from one acute event in my life. So Rose is a description of a recurring dream that I've had because of uh, an event in my life. And in full disclosure, the guy, he's not me. He's this dude that I hooked up with in 2021. But it was a good night, and it's burned into my memory. And honestly, what happened was, have you ever seen the movie Mulholland Drive?
Mm, by the name, probably not.
Mulholland Drive. It's basically, I don't want to give too much away, but for those who've seen the movie Mulholland Drive, basically, Rose is a love story, but it's also sort of like a psychological study in that I created this whole world, sort of like you can see in those images. I created this whole world of flowers and trees and leaves and nature and stuff in reaction to something that in reality, in real life, was very small. So Rose is sort of like it has a psychological element to it as well, in that it was born of everything was born of something very
It's
little.
let me see if I understand. It came out from a night that was romantic, and you created a proper romance from that.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, good,
exactly.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
Creativity, creativity. So is his boyfriend, guys? That that one is his boyfriend.
Oh my God. You want to know something
I
really
just
funny?
got you.
You want to know something really funny though?
What?
So we hadn't talked, me and that dude, we hadn't talked. This is some tea and some drama, right? So we haven't talked in over 2 years, right? And like out of nowhere, I email him this.
Really?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, he read the email,
Good. Wow. I
but
hope he just react and contact you back. So
I don't
the
think he's gonna.
the
I think he
romance
was.
keeps going.
I think he was like a mixture of horrified and impressed and confused and flattered, and I think it was like, yeah, like he was reacting like,
Like, what the
"Wow,
hell?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I hope he
funny."
didn't say like, who is that?
Yeah, like, who is that? Who is that? Oh, I don't remember.
No, he will remember. He will, I'm sure. Can
Oh,
I
he
click
will
this
now.
one? Let's watch this one.
Sure, sure. Yeah. So you sort of see what I'm doing with the subliminal imagery there.
Okay, and the guy is hot. That's why you can't forget him.
There it is. There it is. There
Nice
you have
boy.
it.
I understand. All right. So, are you using artificial intelligence here?
I am. It's mixed media. I would love to tell you about like the process behind a lot of this imagery. So the album covers are actually pictures from my modeling portfolio
That's nice.
because they didn't see the light of day. Because like when I applied to modeling agencies back in the day, they all rejected me. So those pictures never saw the light of day. So I figured, why not use them? They're from when I was younger, like when I was in my early 20s, like 21. And I'm like, well, I was young then, younger. And I'm like, why don't I just use these now? So it's I'm using the modeling pictures for the album art. And then for this, it's mixed media as well. There's AI generated content, which is cool. And then there's some photos where I have, or some images where I have like edited with video editing software, like put effects on it or like put another image on it. One of the images in the video that we just saw actually are is it took a long time because AI is not necessarily going to give you what you want. It could be really, really, really hard to get a specific image out of that, even if you're like familiar with it. And so, what I had to do actually was take a piece of AI content and then edit it with Photoshop and then readapt it again with AI to smooth it out and to really
Mm,
make sure it was nice and pretty looking. And so that was a
okay.
flashing image that only happens for like a second. Um, but overall, these videos, like each batch of 6, that took me like anywhere from 16 to 32 hours. Like that took a lot of time.
Wow. So you have your soul on that. That's
Yes.
amazing. Let's see
Yeah.
the other one.
Everything comes all together. Never felt this way.
So that was the first of them.
So I will go in sequence then.
Sure. Oh, for the leg.
Of course.
Uh, yeah,
Oh,
I
I
actually
saw.
like.
I there is something strange here because there was two guys there, one with white hair, one with long hair. I would just tell the first one, look, he's cheating.
I love how you noticed that one of the images was short hair, and you want to know why that is because like uh I found that image and I was like, oh my god, that's giving Elio from Call Me by Her Name. I can't not use that image. Um, so yeah, I left it in.
And it's intriguing too for those watching. They will just keep thinking, "Whoa, there is something strange here. I'm gonna listen to his music just to know what is that about."
You want to know why else I did that though? Because like I was trying to create now that I look at it as well in hindsight, I was trying to create like in our dreams. I don't know if you've ever tried this, but in a dream, if you're lucid dreaming, if you look at something and you turn around and you look at it again, it's not going to be the same. It will never be the same. So that's part of the reason why I used AI generated content and mixed media because and flashing imagery because it's conveying that our dreams are a river. And if you look at someone's face in a dream, it will change. It will not stay the same. And so, part of the reason as well that you see a dude with shorter hair and the environments keep changing and the roses keep changing color, the objects and the identity is the same, but the imagery is in constant flux. So I was trying to create like a dream state. So really, when we watch those, it's the closest that you're going to look into my direct dream state I think
All
that's ever
right,
going to happen.
that's interesting. So you go with the flow.
Yeah.
Okay, this one is a picture or video too.
This is a video. These are the 3 post release. So I released 3 pre release and 3 post release, and this is post. Oh, and see how I fill in the space there? Um, so I basically left gaps in the pre-release, and then in the post-release batch, since the song was out, I put the chorus in, I put the main gig in, and then I fill in the space. I fill in the lyrics. So it's like a call and return. Um, I was going to say something else, but I forgot. That's
Oh,
okay.
you have to remember. I will not finish this. You have to tell me everything.
I literally can't. It was something. It's okay. Oh, and then actually these three are not original imagery. The 3 above the ones that we just watched. These three are just uh
This
the one
one.
with so the three above those.
This one.
Yeah, that's imagery from Call Me by Your Name, and I made an edit with my song because I know that fans of Call Me by Your Name are gonna love that. So it was like
Mm,
I did that as well, but it captures the theme too.
okay. Be careful with copyrights. How many seconds are you using?
I want to say it's not audio from Call Me by Your Name. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
the my song over the video.
Right.
I want to say each one is 15 seconds. It's cute. It's cute, you know.
Nice. And also the audio is a different pitch.
Yes, because people do that on TikTok.
Yeah.
Whenever you hear like a song, like any song, they're gonna modulate it in like a billion different frequencies, like there a billion different keys, I should say, and
Yeah.
then like you know what I mean, like a viral sound on audio, and it's like the sped up version. But there's one that's like really really low and slow. It's like it's so funny what they do on TikTok.
Man, your voice is beautiful, very deep. You could
Thank you.
be working like on radio or something.
Thank you, thank you. I'm a bass baritone. Um, but I have like some interesting like characteristics too. Like in the end of the song Rose, did you hear the high notes at the end of the song?
Yeah.
That was my voice.
That's amazing. Really good. So you can sing in high notes and speak in very deep intonation. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah, pretty much. Thank you.
Uh, can I see this one?
Sure.
Is it like sequence?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Is it like a sequence?
Yes, the three in a row.
Okay.
So another at normal speed. So I kind of used the movie as a promotional tool as well because people love the movie. People who love the movie would probably love the song. So,
Oh, good strategy.
and then just the intro audio. Actually, that shot with the hand on the shirt, that was one of my portraits that I illustrated.
Oh, okay. And why you just chose that shot with the finger on the pitch?
Because the P yeah, because because it
Yes, my God!
because
Oh no!
uh, that's Call Me by Your Name.
Thomas,
That's Call Me
your
by Your
mom
Name.
can't watch this interview. Mom, sorry, mom.
I know it's so graphic. It's just a peach, but at the same time, it's so graphic, right?
Yeah, but
That's
our minds are dirty. What
yeah,
we can't help.
and that's sort of what I draw upon in Rose too. Like, there's a reason the song is called Rose. All I want is to have you in full bloom. Like, you know,
I
it's
know.
in it's innuendo.
I know. People can think what they want. If their mind are dirty, it's not your fault.
True.
Just flowers and fruit.
That's right. That's right. Flowers and fruit. And this is Flame. Wild departure from Rose.
Oh, whoa, wait. So this is the next single.
Yes, this is Flame.
It's not the next release.
Yes, it'll be Flame comes out in a couple days. We can watch it. These are online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So kind of mysterious. We're in
just
this city
the
now instead of in the
instrumental.
forest.
Something in my head told me that from then on I'd be here.
Man, it must be interesting to use vocoder to make a division of voice in different tones, because you are doing it alone, and with vocoder you can just make a proper like a almost choir effect, in some beats of that kind of song.
Hmm.
There is it's very peaceful and soulful, and I don't know. You can try the third one. It's just an idea. Would be interesting to hear something like that with the
Uh,
vision voice.
like a third harmony.
Yeah, yeah. For example, it's almost Gregorian style.
Oh, I've heard that. That's so funny that you should say that. I've heard there are a couple people who have said like Gregorian choir. It's so funny that you should say that.
You can try to explore a little bit, because it's almost sacred, and also something that you can play around with the romance,
Yes.
and poetry, etc. Would be interesting. So the next one is this, right?
Yes.
I'll give you back you gave to
Yeah. Flame is
I'll give you back you gave to
Oh, I just want to lay down and relax.
It's so funny that you should say that because it's like Flame is written. I know we don't have that much time left here. Flame, since we're sort of, we're on Flame now, I would say Flame is the successor to Rose. But like I said before, Flame, they all have a very different meaning and purpose. They're all very different stories. Rose is a love story. And I don't want to spoil too much about Flame. All I will say that is is that it is a wild departure from Flame. It sounds relaxing, um, but there's a lot going on in Flame as far as the writing goes that bucks the expectation that I've set with Rose.
Okay, all right, good, good, good. So Thomas Bernard Howard is not only music. There is a lot of things and meanings behind your work, and I just love it, man. Because this is real art. You
Thank you so
put like
much.
purpose on things you do. It's not only, oh, I'm just grab a video and put there. No, there is meaning. And you can you see, you we spent like an hour talking about your work, and you have one song on on your portfolio, and some videos on your social networks, and there is a lot of artists doing like 100 tracks. They can't explain anything because it's almost that kind of song you put on the microwave and it's ready.
Oh,
Everyone is doing all the same, very similar. And I'm not criticizing because art is art, okay? But I think people should be trying to do something with more meaning, like you are doing. So works as a reference for us,
oh, thank you, thank you.
for the younger ones too.
Yeah, and honestly, too, like the younger generation, it's sort of like you said before, where we shouldn't be too stressed about likes and numbers and follows. And when I started writing Rose, I knew that, especially because of it being alternative, not a lot of people would see it. Um, but the most important thing, and I should say the only thing that I cared about, was the story and the character. So the only thing that I care about in Rose is, making the music and writing the story, but also telling the story. So I really care about I care about how my social media profiles look, like the portfolio that I showed you. I care about creating a visually compelling portfolio, Um, but even if I just have 11 followers on my Instagram or whatever, I'm really, really, really proud of the portfolio that I've made on there and on TikTok too. And I think that should be the focus, is just creating a portfolio. And honestly, if you make your motivation and your focus the portfolio and the character that you're playing, um, you won't be disappointed, because instead of having your expectation be in a number, like, oh, I want this many followers, oh, I want this amount of money, your expectation will be in the quality of your art. And the quality of your art is something that you can control.
Exactly. And you are doing something solid since the beginning.
Thank you.
It's really, really good, man. Congratulations for that.
Thank
I
you so much.
liked to watch the videos. The guy's bum.
With the rose.
The rose, the
Yes.
fruit, and
Yes.
also the poetry behind the lyrics. And I'm curious about what you are going to bring, the next release, etc. I'm gonna try to follow. Okay,
Thank you so
uh,
much.
it's an honor for us to have you here with this quality of work you are doing. Thank
And it
you.
was an honor to speak with you, because your questions are very good. I can tell that you're very passionate about what you do, because you were asking questions and making observations that were on point. And as you know, like, artists have to market themselves. I've talked to a bunch of different outlets, writers, curators, bloggers, playlisters, whatever, and not everyone has the same attention to detail. So it was an honor talking to you.
Thank you very much. I'm just feeling good now.
The feeling is mutual. The feeling is
Oh, I'm
mutual.
the best. I'm the best.
Excellent.
Okay, so we are going to publish an article about our music. We are going to attach this interview and also attach some pictures, not that guy, but of you,
Understandable.
and videos about your work. We are going to select some videos, all right? And you should record a music video.
I
Are you thinking
know.
about this?
I know. I do want to. It's just I feel like I something that I didn't mention before. I've written every single music video for every song, uh, top to bottom, and I just don't have the means to make it, to do it yet.
Yet, but we are going to be waiting for that.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Right. So we are going to finish now. So for those that want to keep going, exploring Thomas' portfolio, goes to Spotify Thomas Bernard Howard, YouTube Thomas Bernard Howard, Facebook Thomas Bernard Howard, Twitter is different. Thomas B. Howard, Instagram Thomas Bernard Howard, and TikTok, the same name, Thomas Bernard Howard. And see you next time, Thomas. And I hope you keep going. Don't stop creating great music. Dream pop for us.
We'll never stop. It was a pleasure speaking with you, Will.
Okay, stay online because I'm gonna speak with you. Okay.
Okay.